So, hello Damien.
Hey, how are
How's
you
your
doing?
day?
Pretty good. How about
Good.
yours?
Oh, mine too. So, you were here in East Lansing for long, right?
A couple years.
Okay. So, what I just wanted to know, are you the person who goes out to eat a lot?
Sometimes once, twice a month.
Okay, once, twice a month. And that's not regular. It's like once in a
Oh.
while. Okay, so since I'm very new to this place, I would just like to know, okay, which restaurant do you like most going to in East Lansing?
Well, I am a fan of sushi.
Okay,
So, and there are a couple different sushi restaurants around East Lansing, but the one I like the most is Sansu, which is
Sansu.
have you heard of that one?
No, because like I'm from India and I'm not very much into Japanese, and
Yeah, yeah.
moreover, what I know about sushi is like most of the time it's non-vegetarian, and I'm a pure
Yeah.
vegetarian.
Well, they
So
actually the California roll is a pure
okay,
vegetarian.
it's a vegetarian
Yeah,
thing.
it just has rice and seaweed on the outside, and
Okay.
I think avocado in the middle and
Okay.
celery maybe.
Okay, oh, so that's a vegetarian thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, I can try that.
Yeah, yeah, it's called a California roll. So.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
So you like sushi restaurant?
Yeah, well, I'm interested in Japan and Japanese culture and Japanese food,
Mm.
and in Japan, sushi is quite different. It's like the little bits of sushi where you have the
Okay.
rice with the meat
Okay.
on top,
Mhm.
most of the time raw meat,
Okay.
raw fish or something like that. But the common Americanized sushi is a little bit different.
Okay.
They normally get the big rolls that have so many kinds of different options and
Mhm.
things and
Yeah.
flip sauces and stuff like that, and they don't have that in Japan most of the time.
Okay, okay.
This is like Americanized sushi rolls. And when I was in Japan, I really liked the individual
Mhm.
pieces of sushi.
Okay.
So, anyway.
I'm just wondering, does your interest in sushi has anything to do with your stay in Japan? I mean, I know that you stayed for 1.5 years in Japan.
Culture does kind of
Okay.
make me. I mean, but regardless of that, sushi tastes really good, and lots
Oh,
of times
really?
it's
Okay.
fairly healthy for you. You know, I like fish, and
Mhm.
I didn't mind trying the raw fish, and it was
Mhm.
good. But yeah, maybe there's some relationship there. But
Mhm.
even though the sushi restaurants all in East Lansing are mostly owned by Koreans, so
Okay.
the owners
Okay.
are. But I don't know.
Not the native Japanese, but
No.
Koreans.
So it's
Okay.
not. I wouldn't say it's 100% authentic Japanese anyway, but still, it's
Still,
good.
okay.
And I like the the theme of the restaurant is kind of Japanese too.
Mhm.
So they have tables that are where you can sit on the floor, and then the table comes up above, and you can put your feet down. into
Okay.
it. So it's
Okay.
pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of East Lansing, I know there might not be a lot of places, but do you have any favorite place so far that you like to go to East Lansing?
Well, for me, I've not visited many places in East Lansing, but I went to a place. I mean, I don't know where it is exactly located. It's known as Hawk Island. Is it in East Lansing? It's a kind of a small picnic spot with a kind of small water body and a land in between that.
Is it near Lake Lansing? No.
I don't know. I went to Lake Lansing as well. I really like those two places. I mean, but then I think they're closed for the winter season, so I got the chance to visit them in spring when I just came here, like beginning of the fall and the end of the spring. So I like those two places. It's a picnic spot, not a very like not an institution or something, but it's a very good place to relax because when I went there was not enough crowd, and I don't like places with too many crowd. I mean too many people around me. So kind of you can relax, you can run
Yeah.
around, and you can see all the green undulating land from through far and far. And I really like those
Yeah, it's very
plants and
nice. Very
trees.
beautiful.
Yeah. So that's, I guess, so far my favorite place in East
And
Lansing.
what was it called again?
It's Hawk Island.
Hawk Island.
Yeah. It's Hawk. I
Yeah.
don't know how come it came to be known as Hawk. I mean, because I didn't see any hawks there.
Interesting.
Yeah. And we
Being
had a
around-
boat. We did boating there also as well. So we did a lot of boating, and it was a cool
It's
place.
interesting since I've been around here a couple of years, but I've never really heard of.
Oh,
Hawk
really?
Island. Yeah. So,
Yeah, you should go in the spring maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. And what about your place in East Lansing? What do you like?
Well, we
Your
already
big
talked
spot?
about the sushi restaurant, so
Oh, okay.
I'd have to say One place that, well, since we already established that I have an interest in Japanese culture, but there's actually a Japanese garden at MSU. I don't know if you knew about that.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of small, but
It's
very
like
beautiful.
the area where the botanical garden is? Or?
Yeah, it's across
okay.
the train tracks. That's on one side, and on the other side of the train tracks,
Okay.
they have some different kinds of gardens, like pine trees and stuff like that, and then they also have like a Japanese garden where they have like a Japanese wall,
Okay.
and they have like a little like a Japanese rock garden where it's just raked rocks, and then on the outside of that they have different kind of trees, and so it's very beautiful, and it reminds me of being in Japan. So I like to go there.
Fine. So what's the place it's called? Like Japanese Garden?
MSU Japanese Garden.
Okay, MSU Japanese Garden. That's cool.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend.
Is it still open or?
Well, I mean, it's not closed. It has no walls. I mean, there's no
Okay.
fence.
Okay.
You get on MSU on
but
Service
then
Road.
it's all snow, right?
Yeah,
now?
it's all snow.
Yeah.
Actually, I just drove by there today, and it's all dead looking.
Okay.
But in the spring, it will be very beautiful again.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah.
Okay, and I was just interested in like since you are a marketing person, I guess. I mean, you've done your MBA.
Yes. I wouldn't say I'm a marketing
Oh, so
person.
sorry.
though.
I had somebody else in my mind when I said that. Sorry. So you've done your MBA. So I was just wondering if you like to read books or something.
Well, I wouldn't really correlate doing an MBA with reading.
Yeah, that's what I asked. That's what, because generally MBAs are not for like very much into reading for leisure or something.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the typical MBA, but I do enjoy reading every once in a while, but mainly like the mainstream books. Like I read 3 or 4 of the Harry Potter series.
Okay, so you are into those kinds. Fine. That's
Well, not
cool.
just those. I mean, I do like the sagas though that continue.
Okay,
I like
okay.
continuing series instead of
Okay.
just single novels.
Okay.
Um,
That's why Harry Potter. Yeah.
yeah, and I do
So
like
you
I like
might
sci-fi type
you
stuff.
might be getting some disappointment because like it's accordingly like officially it's like N, Harry
Oh,
Potter.
yeah. I read the last
That's
one
what-
already,
Okay.
And I also read the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Okay. Okay.
And so I do like continuing series more than just single novels. But I did in high school we did a lot of reading, so I read lots of classics. Like The Fountainhead, which was like 750 pages or
Oh
something.
my god.
But,
In how many days did you finish that? Can you remember?
Weeks.
Weeks?
And it was during the summer I had to read it. During
Okay.
all during the summer
Okay.
I had to read A Farewell to Arms by Hemingway,
Mhm.
and, that one, and then another book by Faulkner called As I Lay Dying, which is the most boring book in the world.
Okay. Okay.
But books are interesting. But let's I want to talk more about vacations.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite vacation location that you've been to?
Oh, in US.
Well, this in the world or could be in the US.
Okay. To be very truthful, like I've never been out of India. I mean, I'm not a very much travel person. You may say like, in India we generally like, especially I'm not into like traveling alone. I always want to travel in groups, and I haven't got chance yet because like everybody's so busy nowadays. You don't have chance to make out for vacations. I mean, take time out for vacations, and so like I got a big break when I came to US. That was the first time I was out of my country.
But you didn't really come here for a vacation, though.
No, but then, but it was like kind of, I know I had a responsibility. I had some job to do at hand, but more than that, I was more into exploring. Although I didn't have the choice of choosing a university for myself. I was just given MSU. So any place in US.
Sorry about that. Kind of cold here.
Yeah, I never expected that much of cold because. Although like in India we do have snow in extreme north side.
And you're from the north.
I'm from Northern Plains.